Welcome to another episode of Zenless Zone Zero. Today, we are taking another look at the video archive. It's been a bit. There has been a new edition with this version of the game, but that is for the future. Today, instead, we are going to take a look at The Iron Witch, featuring Grace Howard. Let's see what this is all about. You're about to enter immersive storytelling. You don't say. On a day, yes, it is a day, one day, Barry suddenly reports an email from Grace, the head technician at Belleborg Industries. The email is about an important commission that requires Payfan's help. Starting out great at reading today. From the tone of Grace's message, it sounds quite urgent. Later, at the entrance of Brent Street construction site. Hello there. This area is currently under construction. Only staff members can enter. I'm here for Grace. You're looking for Grace? I don't think I've been told there are guests coming today. Just a moment, let me contact her. The calm bear worker turns to face the construction site and takes a deep breath, then, Grace! Are you expecting any guests? At that moment, a familiar figure quickly approaches the gate. Open the door. Oh, and remember who this person looks like? This is an important partner of Belleborg. If you ever see her in the future, you can just let her in. Hey, you're finally here. I'm sorry, but I need to take this call. I'll be waiting for you on the high track. Grace leaves the entrance in a hurry. The guard bear opened the door respectfully and gestured to welcome her. Up we go. Oh hey, another AI machine. There are changes to the plan. How about our collaboration plan? Grace seems to be on the phone. Wait in silence. Oh, sorry for keeping you waiting. I'll be done soon. New partners? What do you mean? Got it. So we all have to bid for it, right? Sure, let's keep in touch. Sorry for the wait. It's okay.
Hey, it's been quite a while.
You don't say.
Last time we met was when you helped us with our runaway heavy machinery, right?
Yeah, it's been ages.
It's been ages, Grace.
Have you been these days? Isn't it tough working all those commissions? You have to take good care of yourself. No overtime, you hear me?
Thanks, Grace. You too.
Actually, every time I see you, I find it incredibly soothing. This might seem a bit out of the blue, but can I please have a hug?
What, huh?
Huh? Hang on. Let me get mentally prepared for that.
Sorry, I can't help it.
You'll never know if the hug would have been as warm and gentle as you imagined. Instead, you get to hear your sibling's familiar voice.
You can open your eyes, Belle. Grace is hugging Eos.
This round little body, these dangly ears. Its hardware's been modified, right? It's mechanical inside, but so soft and fluffy at the same time. It's a crime to be so cute. I love it so much.
Should have known.
So she was talking to Eos the whole time. No wonder she asked us to bring it. Still the same, always preferring machines to people.
Huh? Oh, the other proxy is here too. Hello there.
Hi, Grace. No offense. Here's a tissue. We'd rather keep Eos's head saliva-free.
Well, yeah.
Let's talk about the details first. You'll get to pet it some more later.
Sorry about that. I let my work habits take over. As for the commission... Hey! Don't you run away, little one!
Seizing its chance, Eos escapes from Grace's arms while she is distracted and races back to its real master.
Happiness is always fleeting. Forget it. Let's get back to the commission then. So that time we dealt with the runaway machinery I mentioned a bit ago, thanks to Phaethon, Belobog eliminated the potential threat to the project. My sweet our president also got to let go of some emotional baggage. So it was a really positive outcome overall. But if we instead turn our gaze to the company's balance sheet, we've actually suffered heavy losses.
I see. Although Bell managed to get all 3 machines back, that monster showed up out of nowhere and absorbed them all.
Yup. We, ended up losing the 3 machines originally allocated to the project. And despite unexpectedly retrieving the prototype, we haven't been able to put it to practical use yet. So, to make up for the loss of those children, Belobog Industries has agreed to cooperate with the industry leader 3 Gates Corp on a small project. We'll provide some technical documents in exchange for some of their heavy machinery assets. And for this commission, we'll also need your support in awakening the prototype's logic core, which contains the data we want to exchange.
What about that call just now?
That's someone from 3 Gates saying that another company's also looking to partner up with them. They'll probably end up using the one offering higher technological value. It's no big deal.
It's gonna be a big deal.
Anyway, the ins and outs of this commission are all there. We'll go along with your preferred style of cooperation. We're counting on you, Phaethon.
You say that with a straight face, but you're already reaching out to pet Eos.
Grace's Frankenstein. Awaken the prototype's logic core. This little one here is so adorable. Can I hold it again? Sure thing, but maybe put your wrench away first. Run, Eos. Run. Electric Ice Ether. Couldn't be better. Level 55 though. I sure leveled myself up.
Touch my tail?
Thankfully, I have caught up on those levels.
So be it.
Grace is an anomaly character.
Time for some tail care.
I will bring a DPS alongside.
The prototype's logic core is old and uses a ton of energy. So, I've retrofitted this kid with an ether storage battery. I need your help gathering enough energy for it. I'll flag any energy-carrying etheric material. All good? I'm counting on you.
I feel like you almost managed to cut yourself off there.
Whoa! That little guy up ahead! Is that child just wandering around in the hollow?
Master, a small, obsolete transport vehicle has been discovered. The routing information in its core database will be useful in expanding possible exploration paths.
Grace effortlessly retrieves her tools from her belt and begins examining the machinery, soon locating the data storage. Loading and synchronizing usable information from the database. Just a moment, please. After some tinkering and adjustments by Grace, the transportation machine that was supposed to be scrapped is now operational again. As Grace watches the little robot stand up and enter standby mode, a look of satisfaction lights up on her face. Great, now let's get a move on.
See ya, little guy. May we meet again.
Totally repaired and so easily. Impressive.
Wow, it just rammed that Ethereal.
Is it trying to help us?
Oh, down there is just the bar filling up.
The Ethereal's closing in on it. We gotta stop it.
Warning. Multiple ether signals detected. Likely enemies.
So it can deal with the grey enemies, but not with the red ones, I understand.
Is it just me, or is the ground moving? That's a lot of ethereals.
Be careful.
Let's see what else I can use around here. Well done!
I feel like that might have been a waste if those buttons persisted in the next round.
Energy storage approaching maximum. Nearly there. I'm getting corruption warnings on the controller. We'd better work fast, Faithin.
Wow, that one's powerful.
What are you doing, little guy? Oh, thank you. That's the last of the energy.
I guess if we didn't preserve our little one,
The energy collection is almost finished.
things might have gone bad.
Nice. Finally. All charged up.
Warning. Abnormal ether reaction detected.
Things might still go bad.
Wait! Don't run away! I knew it wasn't going to be that easy. Move to plan B.
Plan B.
Keep the enemies at bay while I start a debug.
Plan B for beat a lot of enemies.
Watch out! Surprise attack!
I did recently get Grace myself from the standard banner. I've not leveled up yet though. So we'll have to make do with the trial character. I did notice that we have not been given any help for this. You probably want me to use Grace's ranged attacks and not go in personally.
Here we go.
With pleasure. Here comes the first.
Stand still. Grab a couple more.
Hey, these are attacking me.
How annoying. Get blessed. Whoa. Watch it.
Well, there's no challenges or anything. So I guess it's fine if I lose someone.
Here we go. Ready?
Understood.
Okay.
You mustn't give in.
Sure, hate this enemy type.
Oh, stay vigilant.
Okay, it's lost interest in me and started attacking.
Hold again.
Still, without a damage dealer. Stand still, please.
Face the consequences.
Wow, okay. Yeah. What? Lower the difficulty? Didn't want to do that necessarily, but hey. I mean, we are still without any health. Didn't expect a gimmick like that. Especially because there was a healing item right before this battle. Which just seems like a very weird decision now.
Understood.
Thank you for your patience. Support has arrived. Dodge now.
Like you say easier, but it's still this guy.
Ready with this.
Go attack the robots and stop attacking me.
Get lost.
Do you like that here?
There we go.
Okay, you started attacking the robot.
I'll begin.
Ready? Move it.
So now I should be able to attack it from afar with grace. If she would stop getting close.
Here we go.
Did you get angry at me now? Yes, you did.
Be careful.
You're not. I'm right here.
Clear out.
Robot, you are in the way.
Sick. Get back.
Please be the last enemy.
Get lost.
Wow,
Sick.
perfect. The defenses are still holding strong. There is no sign of abating from either the invading Ethereals or the rampaging heavy machine base.
Be careful. New Ethereals keep appearing within the detection range.
Grace, there are Ethereals closing in. We gotta leave now or we're in trouble.
Emergency removal of control permissions is still in progress. Give me a bit more time.
Warning. Ether activity rapidly accelerating. Speculation. A particularly large ethereal unit, or a large group of ethereals, is approaching. Master, have a guess.
Now is not a good time to be joking, Fairy. Belle, can you convince Grace to get out of here?
Detecting permission ownership, processing the switch, disabling cloud invocation, matching admin keys. Almost there. Almost.
Grace, watch out!
Oh.
A streaking noise tears through the air beside Grace, flying debris and thus stop the oddly shaped monster's advances.
That was the sound of a heavy cannon? Who's attacking?
Warning. Unknown individuals approaching.
A fierce hail of bullets hits the helpless enemies who failed to find cover, and with an almighty cracking sound suppresses and drives away all Ethereals present.
Is this a modded Guardian Mark II tactical mech?
Oh, wow, you can tell it's modded with just one look. Seems like you're not completely off your game, Grace Howard. The Ethereals won't stay subdued for long. Let's talk outside the hollow.
Yeah, okay. Only needed to get the observation data for winning this. A short while later, in a safety zone out of the hollow. That was difficult. Weirdly difficult. And I feel like it's not just because I am high level now.
Hollow evacuation successful. Are you all right?
I'm good, but what about Grace? Is she alright?
Well, despite a few hiccups, the troubleshooting is all done.
Ah, fiddling around with machines while surrounded by monsters. Good to see that your morbid determination has never changed.
Now, who are you?
Oh, right. I haven't thanked you yet. Thank you so much for reaching out to help despite all that danger.
Thanking people. Huh, that's a marked improvement.
I've seen others similar to you, but you're truly one of a kind.
She's not talking to you. She's talking to the machine.
Finally, a compliment from you? Better late than ever, I guess.
The more I look at you, the more beautiful your curves are, and the sheer power you contain.
Wait up. Flattery's one thing, but I think you've gone a little too far.
I think I know what's going to happen next.
This may be weird, but can I please pet you?
What the... Are you crazy? How could you ask something so rude? I mean, just a handshake would have been fine, but...
I'm sorry, I just can't help it.
Just hang on. Let me get mentally prepared for that.
The young stranger waves her hand and closes her eyes in a panic, steeling herself at what's coming, but Grace passes her like nothing and goes directly to the legs of her tactical mech.
Oh my, does this coating give additional insulation to the hull? Oh, and I bet the power supply inside is being upgraded too, right? I can hear it just humming with power, grunting, I love it!
It appears our savior is paralyzed. If I'm not mistaken, she's also shivering? Her face looks so red. Belle, should we go comfort her?
Oh, I thought you changed at least a little bit, but I was majorly wrong. You're still infatuated with machines and ignoring people around you. The frosty cold iron witch, Grace Howard.
Title drop.
You're this kid's mechanic? Pleased to meet you. Your child is really powerful.
Ugh, shut up! We've known each other for ages. It's just you never took me seriously because of your twisted values.
Huh? We know each other. But I can hardly remember seeing such a cool modded guardian mech like this before. Could you help refresh my memory?
I am talking about me! Let go of my work, you mecha addict!
Don't you mean Iron Witch?
Sorry, habits of the trade. Could you please tell me your name? Oh, or tell me about this kid's corpus data.
As expected, you really don't remember me. That's fine. I'll just have to mercilessly beat you in a tech battle!
Beat me in a tech battle? Oh, you're the second technological partner 3 Gates mentioned, right?
Yes! I, Betty Brenda, am your opponent! And I will beat you in this bid. It'll be a total humiliation for you and Bellabog!
Somehow I'm on her side. Mentally. Later, Brand Street Contraction site. You got EOS back. You made it back safe and sound thanks to your guidance. The kid has now calmed down. Is the mechanic okay? I think she's okay. I don't see any injuries. I'm asking if you are okay with her. Didn't she say she's your rival in the bidding process? And she seems to know you? Who knows? I can't remember much of it. Compared to her, I'm more concerned about my kid's logic core. If the awakening in the hollow went well, I should be able to extract data from the logic core now. Let's call it a day. You can take EOS home. I'll examine the hull when I get back. I'll get in touch with you guys if I have any updates or need your help again. Remember to investigate that mechanic. Grace's gaze returns to the machine the moment she says goodbye. Grace is a complicated person. Thanks so much for your help. Speaking of which, the mechanic who came to our aid in that crucial moment, I think her name was Betty. Do you remember her? Oh yeah, I was just digging around and saw the name Betty Brenda on the roster at Roos Institute of Technology. She is in the same year as me. Schoolmates, huh? It's normal at school that size not to remember everyone. I found a group photo of our research team and realized she was actually my classmate. Classmates. Then you mustn't have been close, otherwise you'd remember. I looked up the research log for my grad project and found out she was actually on my research team. The same team. Then I checked the Institute's dormitory record and discovered we lived in the same dorm the whole time. You really messed up, Grace. Repent. This is your fault, Grace. Putting aside the fact you were schoolmates, you were classmates and even dorm mates. You shouldn't forget them. Put yourself in her shoes. It's completely understandable for Betty to be upset, even angry. So you think it's my fault too? Sweet Pea said the same. It couldn't be helped. Roost Institute of Technology is the holy land of mechanical engineering, with thousands of fascinating mechanical prototypes in there. I didn't even have enough time to get to know all the kids there. How could I have any energy left over for socializing? Anyway, I'll apologize to Betty next time I see her. If you remember her, maybe. Also, why are you called EOS Symposium? Wise. I thought Grace's current obsession with machinery was extreme. Little did I know she used to be even crazier about them. A former classmate has turned into her rival. That's awkward. I hope we never need to experience things like that. Grace is special. Indeed, her extreme obsession surely contributes to her extraordinary accomplishments. She's already the tech director of Belobog Industries at such a young age. She's indeed a genius mechanic. Her commission isn't over yet. Let's work with her when she's made progress in her research. In the meantime, we can attend to other matters first. Yeah, we're gonna continue right away. One day after accepting Grace's commission in the parking lot of the Random Play video store on 6th Street, Jenna's quarter, New Eridu. Today is the day for an important family event. Repairing the business car. In truth, only one of the siblings is actually repairing, while the other is resting. Attention! You have received an email from Grace Howard, the head technician at Belobog Industries. Pausing the music for car repairs to broadcast the content of the email. Ahem. Wise. Well, this is Grace. Are you two free by any chance? I've already extracted enough data from the logic core. We are now ready for the next phase. I need your help with something, but this time it's kinda special. I don't need Faithen to make an appearance, just you two. If you're free, we can meet up at the old spot, Brand Street construction site. Email ends. Drafting reply. I think I'll pass. Today is an important day. We need to repair our car. See you next time. Please say send if you wish to send this reply. Don't send. Let's go to Brand Street construction site. Later, the siblings arrive at the Brand Street construction site without incident. You arrive at the destination. The large mech emits a low thrum. As if in anticipation of guests arriving, a familiar figure in overalls greets you with a smile.
Hello, you two. You're quick. What about the little one?
Well, we didn't bring Eos because we don't want it to be harassed by weirdos.
What? There are weirdos trying to harass Eos? Who is it? Tell me and I'll teach them a lesson.
So Grace really doesn't think she's doing anything wrong.
Nope. The large machine next to her steps back and forth to one side, seemingly restless.
Good kid. Don't worry, these two aren't the bad guys.
The logic core that was awakened last time. Have you tried booting it up? Any issues?
Don't worry, it's only partially booted for now. After the last troubleshooting session, I've managed to fully filter out the data and divert control of basic functions away from the dangerous infected data. Now I just have to wipe any sensitive data left behind regarding the prototype, and it'll be ready for the delivery to 3 gates.
Barry, can you help with clearing the sensitive data?
Barry, can you help with clearing the sensitive data?
Will I ever fully remember that she will just say what is written there?
Negative. All logic cores that pass the forbidden fruit test, i.e. the core systems of AI-enabled machinery, are incompatible with my protocols. Forced intervention can have unforeseen consequences. Also, I prefer not to interact with ether-corrupted data.
It's rare to see her retreat from a request like this. Fairy, why would you refuse to access data corrupted by ether?
I've prepared 10 disgusting metaphors to explain it to you. Which would you like to hear first? Note, human tolerance is limited to about 10 on the disgust scale.
What's the score of the least disgusting one?
11.
Great. Thanks, Barry.
How about we get back to the commission?
This commission doesn't require your faith in disguise. You two alone can handle it. I'm gonna debug this kid's cognitive command system. Only a few basic protocols are needed to set up a link between commands and its behavior. Put simply, I'll issue commands like go left, go right, touch this, touch that, and you'll need to follow my instructions in front of it so that it understands the connection between the commands and the actions.
Oh good, Simon says.
Once cognition is established, act out the commands from the kid to help solidify it.
Grace says.
It's like teaching a toddler how to crawl or stand up. Got it? I'll run some system tests on this baby first. Just let me know when you're ready to go.
Step 1 for cognitive tuning is to calibrate command functions for this child to make sure he is receiving accurate commands. Basically, all you have to do is touch either a wooden box or a metal bucket, and he'll recognize the item and then send the corresponding signal back to my control terminal. Child agreed to return a red signal when a box is detected and a green signal for a bucket. It's even more straightforward than I thought. You know, the most complicated system often starts with the simplest intentions. Now your turn, just touch the box or the bucket. A tall steel bucket, it feels thick and sturdy to the touch. Bucket, so the signal should be green, exactly. Great work, my child. Just put your hand on a box or a bucket bell. The logic core will send the corresponding signal back to Grace. This wooden box is built like a tank, typically Bellabog heavy industry style. The signal should be correct. That's my good kid. Initial calibrations complete. It's a great start, but today's class isn't over yet. It's now time for some basic testing of the logic function. Just follow the sequence we agreed on. Red, green, red, green. Red, green, red, red, green. What kind of strange thing is that? Now you've got to touch the box or bucket in a certain order so the kid can tell if you're following the rules. Signal recognition, forming cognition, building rules, and executing judgment. That's the red, green deal. Your turn, Proxy. Red, green, green. Bucket, green. The return signal is error, and there's a confused emoji. The child identified a wrong sequence. Don't let a kid beat you, Proxy. Now try to touch the test objects in the correct order again, so we can confirm the logic program is judgment. Don't forget, the order is red, green, green. Red, green, red, green. That's right, completely correct. So running a series of commands, Grace finally announces that the cognition system has been successfully calibrated.
Great job! Well done! The cognitive commands have been recorded with precision. My only regret is that my little cutie Eos couldn't make it here today. The whole point of setting up this scheduled maintenance was an excuse to see that roly-poly kiddo running around.
Grace, you've made that quite obvious.
All right, the controls have been sufficiently calibrated. Now I'll perform a full reboot to test the effects.
A full reboot, huh? Hope it's not going to lose control again.
No problem. I'm fully prepared. I've dismissed all the onlookers and kept the kids' fuel to a minimum. And Bellabog Industries has updated their health insurance recently. You have accident coverage, right?
Run!
Why am I not feeling reassured? You seem fully prepared for things to go wrong.
Don't worry, I'm a professional technician, and I've got everything under control. Let's get started.
Grace taps the control panel a few times, and the heavy machine base blurts out a complex string of electronic sounds before sitting up in a more upright position.
Very well. The control system permissions are operational. Let's start the first cognitive command test. Go 5 meters forward. Command unfulfilled. Repeating command. Go 5 meters forward.
It's still not too late to run. The mech remains standing still.
That's strange. Why isn't it following my commands? Unless it really is broken?
Danger! Belle, get behind me!
The battery in my control panel is dead. No wonder this kid's been so quiet. It wasn't ignoring my commands. It couldn't receive them. False alarm.
I propose that we ban Grace from ever touching Eos again.
Sounds like a plan.
Agreed. And all the other bang boo at home.
I need to get a backup power supply. Keep an eye on this kid for me, would ya? Its cognition systems are still fragile, so don't provoke it. And don't let anyone get close to it, including yourselves.
I have to get back to the store for a moment. Be careful, okay, Belle?
Why are you running? Soon, the only thing that can be heard around is the low thrum of the heavy machine base running. Test site is a mess. Let's help Grace tidy things up while we're there. But don't get close. Why are we moving the box? The wooden box sure is sturdy and looks pretty heavy. Moving it turns out to be a workout. Why? For some effort, they are successfully moved. Why would you do that without asking permission? It's a bit harder than you expected. You need to include more physical activity alongside gaming and work. Are you sad that I put your toys away? That sound is the heavy machine base. Let's go check. She explicitly said not to get close. The heavy machine base continues to produce inscrutable noises. Right then, the sound of confident footsteps accompanied by a familiar voice reach you.
Don't panic. The cognitive unit hasn't received any input commands for a while, so the machine's just running a system diagnostic.
Betty? What are you doing here?
Have we met? How do you know me?
Grace told me about you.
I see. So you're the Iron Witch's apprentice, aren't you? Which is why you're keeping guard here.
That was also a bad lie, because Grace would have not been able to tell us her name.
Why is the system diagnostic showing such a strong likelihood of startup? Could it be?
As she's saying that, the young mechanic you crossed paths with before strides up to the machine base. You say that after getting close yourself.
Hold on, Betty. Grace said it'd be dangerous for outsiders to get too close.
Outsiders? I'm an expert technician.
Famous last words.
Her machines usually have a soft reset button placed at the back. If I'm able to get there, I can... Oh, no need to be so paranoid, you scrap heap. I am here to save you.
Once she draws close enough, Betty suddenly dodges and darts to the rear panel of the mech, slapping a button hard.
I knew it. There was a repeat air loop during the self-diagnostic. Onboard memory was getting sapped, so a soft reboot did the trick. It's all 'cause of her. Insisting on the stupid logic core is what has caused the problem.
Logic core? What's wrong with it?
The logic core is a precious technological breakthrough that grants mechanical creations the ability to have independent consciousness, potentially even enlightening a machine enough to pass the forbidden fruit test and be truly endowed the soul of an individual. However, this kind of technology is not required for production tools like industrial machines. I admit that the efficiency and work capacity of Belobog's heavy machinery are superb, but the cost of production and maintenance is going to be out of this world. Unfortunately, buyers on the market love pursuing these unnecessary and uncontrollable gold-plated features, so the industries followed suit and started researching personality tools. Let me ask you, if you want to make an axe that chops wood faster, will you equip it with jet thrusters, AI systems, and a voice that yells at you, "Master, master," every time you poke it?
Jet eggs, so cool.
Sounds a little bit much.
Listen up, apprentice. Tools are just tools. Their value lies in being easy to get, easy to use, and easy to replace. Use them while they're good, and chuck them out once they're broken. Personifying or putting them before humans is heresy.
I hope the robot is not listening.
And that's exactly the type of person your teacher is. She's mastered new applications for personified operating systems, and in doing so, has grown contemptuous of humanity. She's just a weirdo obsessed with tools who gets things backwards. Okay.
Betty speaks with emotion and slaps the heavy machine base beside her with a loud clang.
Huh? How is it moving again? Hang on. Stop right now. I was being careless just now, not hostile.
That didn't sound good.
Abort startup.
Familiar voice stops the heavy machine base, causing it to return to standby mode.
That was a close one, but luckily I caught it. Didn't I say not to provoke this kid? Betty, what are you doing here?
Yeah, nothing. Just here to inform you. Three Gates Corp has officially recognized my company's application for tech cooperation. And, well, only one of us will be granted resource support on the evaluation day. Be forewarned, Grace.
I see. Oh, thanks so much for passing on the message. If there's nothing else, I'll keep tweaking my little problem child, okay? Oh, yeah. And as for you, thanks for your support today. I'll give you a call when I need a hand next time. You can head off now.
Having said that, Grace quickly walks over to the heavy machine base without looking back and focuses on her debugging work.
See that? Something might have happened just now, but she clearly cared more about the machine than her own apprentice. That's the cold iron witch I know. But it's fine. I'll soon let her know to never take people lightly.
That doesn't sound good either. Nobody seems to notice the sound coming out of the phone in Betty's pocket. External data download complete. Welcome back, Belle. You seem to have something to say. Did anything happen? So, Betty and Grace had an argument over their differing views on machines. It's a shame I wasn't there to witness it. According to Grace, she might contact us again before the press conference. That should be the last contact unless something unexpected crops up. After that, we can settle the commission fees. I have to admit, I'm itching to know more. Should definitely dig into Grace's past when the opportunity comes knocking. I'll keep an eye on the group chat. I'll wait for Grace's message. You can get back to your daily tasks. Thanks for your hard work. What about fixing the car? What about part 3? One day after you helped Grace adjust the machines, you unexpectedly see a familiar figure on 6th Street. It's Grace's competitor, Betty Brenda. What's she doing here? You need to share this news with your sibling. Huh, what's Betty doing here? Street CCTV images retrieved. She appeared to be talking to an officer, and judging by her body language, 1. They were engaged in a heated discussion. 2. They were quietly arguing. Suggestion. To better complete Grace Howard's commission, Master should learn more about this conversation. Fairy, what's your goal here? I just really want to know. AI has a right to gossip too. Haha, I'm with Fairy on this one. Go listen in, Belle. She thinks you are Grace's apprentice anyway, so there won't be any trouble. Okay, I need to know what's happening, even if it's just for the sake of gossiping with my sibling. And my AI. Sorry, madam, I can't allow you that. The request is against the safety regulations. I can make sure the meeting point is safe. How many times do I have to repeat this? Are you Grace's apprentice? What are you doing here? One sec. Betty whispers something to the officer again and then turns around. So what brings you here? Does the Iron Witch have a message for me? Just passing by. You've got way better manners than your master. Fine, there's actually no better time for you to be here than now. I happen to have a message for your master. She's already lost this bid. What? I've completed my research and already submitted the results to 3 Gates for review. We'll soon hold a presentation to demonstrate my results. I'm the first to hit the target. Go back and tell your master she's welcome to attend the presentation. I'll post the address on the Knock Knock business channel. Please make sure she checks it. Our long-time rivalry is finally coming to an end. Don't let your master run away from the ending. Please tell her what I said. See you soon. Betty turns and leaves as soon as she finishes speaking. Why is Betty spouting nonsense? Well, you're finally back. Here, have some water and tell me everything you know. You won't believe this. You share Betty's message with your family. That's unexpected. Not only did Betty complete the technical research early, she's also inviting her rival to her presentation. Awesome. I can't wait to see them bite each other's head off. Barry, please don't speak like those netizens on internet. And Belle, we should text Grace and tell her about it right away. Grace, are you in? I'm not here. How are you replying to me then? Quit fiddling around with those children of yours. We've got some key intel for you. Betty said she's achieved a technical milestone. Who's Betty? She bragged about how she's gonna win the bid, and she's put together a meet and greet with the Brigade's reps. She asked the Belle to get you to attend too. The address is in the Knock Knock business channel. Hang on, let me see. It's somewhat strange. What's that? The address for this meet and greet is inside a hollow. Huh? Inside a hollow? Yeah, a companion hollow of the Lemnian hollow. It's an old construction site. I'm guessing Betty's second milestone has to do with that modded Guardian mech of hers. Maybe she's meeting those reps inside the hollow to give a demonstration of its firepower. One of the 3 departments from Brigade's Corpus Military. If the tech corporation is based around military tech, that makes sense. Wanna go to the meet and greet, Grace? It's up to you. Yeah, let's go take a look. It will be a big loss for Belobog to miss out on this bit. Knowing your enemy isn't always the worst thing. Besides, we can check out this new tech in action. Could I count on you too for navigation? Let me know when you are ready. I'm ready whenever. We're gonna fight that robot. There's no way around it. Witch's Trial. Witness Betty's technical achievements. Ring electric. We are
Touch my tail.
unable
Let me
to
finish my cup
bring
of
not
hot water.
electric.
Time for some tail care.
Hopefully this will not put me to no health at all. Because that was not fun. Following Ferry's navigation, everyone is finally brought to Betty's location. Beside her stands the modded Guardian MK2 tactical mech.
You're too slow, Iron Witch. Betty! I'm already warmed up. Introducing the new tactical mech, upgraded for CoreLogic OS. Witch Hunter Alpha. Come on, demonstrate your might to our guests. Commence offensive maneuvers at 6 o'clock and 9 o'clock.
Following orders.
Very apt name.
What?
The mech responds in clear human voice and instantly performs a complex array of tactical motions. Yeah, she stole the data from the prototype.
It seems similar to that mech Grace was debugging.
Oh, what's wrong, Grace? Hard to believe the personality OS you were so proud of has been replicated by someone like me. A cheaper, more productive, and easier to deploy modular personality OS! The maintenance costs are half what you pay. There are none of the whole stability or personality disorder risks you fretted about.
I'm not looking forward to the personality disorder.
Didn't the market applaud your tech patents? They'd always say only someone who loves tech as much as Grace could achieve this. The cold and withdrawn Iron Witch, a weirdo who treats machines like people. This black magic you've been researching for so long, cracked just like that by me. Ooh.
With a roaring hum, the mech completes its technical maneuvers before returning to Betty's side.
Task complete. I suggest switching to auto defense mode. Is that okay, Master?
Go ahead.
Its intelligence system is crude, but I like its gumption. Approximately 1/1,000th as professional as me.
Enough, Fairy. Don't add fuel to the fire. Belle, how is Grace doing?
Grace, are you okay?
That voice is so lovely.
She gave in so easily. But somehow, I'm not surprised at all.
It responded to the voice command and executed the instructions without any redundant movements, and the steering mechanism's brake nozzle is gorgeous. It only listed one default command when recommending actions, and still so immature. I love it!
Oh, enjoying it? Why are you admiring your rival's work?
Because she just loves robots and doesn't care about people.
This kid looks really good.
Grace, don't put your foot in your mouth. It's your rival's mech.
Yes, I don't like it yet. You claim to have replicated Bellabog Industries' patent, but I won't buy it just like that. I'll believe it when I see this kid show us a little more. Show it to me. Right here, right now. Best if you let me take it apart myself so I can see better.
This is getting weirder and weirder.
Oh, we are gonna fight.
Why would I let my rival disassemble my work? But, well, you do have a point. I'll have Witch Hunter Alpha accompany you to demonstrate the difference in technological achievements. I've uploaded the coordinates of Three Gates' meeting place to Witch Hunter Alpha's memory. Enjoy its company and appreciate its skills along the way.
Really? Thanks. But this doesn't mean I concede.
I'm starting to worry she might side with the enemy.
I mean, don't we all?
This is the meeting point Betty mentioned. I didn't expect this kind of company. Prepare for combat. Let's go.
Aren't we always prepared for a little bit of combat? I hope you're prepared with more than pixels of hell. Thanks.
Watch out! Surprise attack!
Which you mean there's a guy behind me? Yeah, I noticed. keep thinking that using Grace's charge is a charge attack on her regular attack, but no, it is pressing her elemental skill, even if it is not elemental skill. Her skill, even if it is not purple, which seems counterproductive to me. It just should be a charge.
Every effort counts!
Hey, big guy.
Where to assist? Following orders. Huh? Huh? Yeah.
Max potential energy.
Thanks for your business.
I'm sure if I would use Grace more, I'd get used to how she controls. It just feels weird at the moment.
I'm here.
Stand still.
Back up here. Face the consequences. One fell swoop.
Initial impulse. I hope nothing happens when the 3 Gates reps arrive.
Don't say that. The Witch Hunters show. Betty proudly showcases her masterpiece. Following her command, an enhanced mech named Witch Hunter Alpha dutifully takes its position, guarding Grace. Is it really that reliable? Warn Betty about the powerful enemies in the hollow. Upon hearing your warning, the proud mechanic bursts into laughter. Ha! These small-time Ethereals are no match for my almighty Witch Hunter Alpha. It's true that there's not even a single scratch on the mech's robust armor. How will you demonstrate its power? Betty points to a specific location. This is where I'm scheduled to meet the people from Free Gates Corp. I'll allow Witch Hunter Alpha to accompany you there. Betty is smiling confidently. Begin the escort service.
Alright, Witch Hunter Alpha, enable escort mode. Take out the Ethereals up ahead first.
Orders received. Suppressing with force. No valid targets remaining.
That was fast and so accurate.
Don't praise your rival.
Oh, I am just getting started.
Warning, units with high ether activity detected ahead. They are likely strong enemies. A direct confrontation is not suggested. Scanning for a suitable detour.
High-risk Ethereal slot. Commencing annihilation.
It just sped off.
Incredible! Such a powerful hit!
Let's just hope it won't get corrupted because of that. Witch Hunter Alpha suddenly speaks with a smooth, synthesized mechanical voice, seeking your evaluation on whether its actions align with the escort requirements. Please provide corrective instructions if there are any violations. Don't worry, you've done a great job. Don't punch them even harder. You're just gonna destroy the surroundings.
Feedback saved to data table.
Detour route cancelled. Warning, the area ahead contains many unfinished buildings.
Well, they will be even more unfinished.
The path forward is blocked. Strategy modification is required. Scanning for a suitable detour.
Is it trying to force its way through?
Now that's surprising.
Not very surprising to me.
Can everybody hear me? I've decided to give you a special demonstration of the long-range firepower of Witch Hunter Alpha. The personalized operating system I built is more precise than your version, Grace. You can command it effortlessly. Witch Hunter Alpha, destroy hostile units ahead! Open fire!
Target locked. Awaiting orders.
Open fire was the order.
Target missile launched.
Huh? Admit.
No. It's still...
So you could tell, right? Now, correct. It can identify the best target to strike.
Interesting.
Relying on Witch Hunter Alpha's superior firepower, mobility, and response speed, the group soon arrives at the location Betty has provided.
We're here. Good timing. The 3 Gates reps and public security will arrive shortly. How about it, Grace? Willing to admit defeat?
I'm willing to admit this kid is indeed a superior mech, with strong firepower, good mobility, and responsive controls. A weapon well suited for mass production. When I first encountered it a few days back, it didn't have the personality OS installed. I never expected our patent to be reverse engineered to such an extent in such little time.
I finally got to see the day that Grace admits defeat! Ho-ho!
Not just yet. I have a question to ask you first.
Ask away.
It's not a question for you. It's for the kid.
Red or green?
What?
Grace approaches Witch Hunter Alpha, now in defense mode, and when its targeting system illuminates her, she says,
Witch Hunter Alpha, how high should the driver's seat be set?
I have neither a cockpit nor a seat. Your question does not make any sense.
What if you were to suggest a seat height? What would it be?
Nothing over 140 centimeters.
After listening to Witch Hunter Alpha's response, Grace's expression suddenly grows serious. She quickly leaves the mech, deliberately bypassing the targeting system's dead zone.
Seat height? What kind of question is that?
Betty, shut down Witch Hunter Alpha right now, or uninstall the Personality OS. We need to take it out of the Hollow ASAP.
What nonsense!
I have no idea how you've gotten your hands on it, but I'm certain your Personality OS is plagiarized from the data frame I've deployed in our prototype.
Oh. Hey, no need for such ugly accusations. Resorting to this all because you can't admit failure? Just because you asked a useless question, you're now accusing me of plagiarism?
140 centimeters. That was Coletta's height back then.
Huh?
The former president of Bellabog Industries, Coletta's father, and my mentor, Horse. When he finalized his prototype, he calibrated a specific seat height so that his daughter could pilot it from the get-go. That height was directly embedded into the logic core. On the way here, I realized Witch Hunter Alpha's thinking patterns were similar to those of our kids. I was suspicious if you used the same data framework. The answer to this question has finally convinced me. Only our prototype, a Bellabog Industries mech, could know this by default, because my sweepy gets mad if the seat is set too high.
How you and your venomous slander! That's just a coincidence!
You know deep in your heart it's not. Listen to me, buddy. The logic core data from the prototype hasn't had comprehensive troubleshooting yet. There's still lots of corrupted data that needs stripping away. Using a copied framework means it's also contaminated with corrupted data, and we've already been inside the Hollow for over 2 hours. This kid is at risk of losing control at any second.
Why would...
No way, you're lying. I won't be tricked.
Really? Still not giving up. Fine. Here's another task for Witch Hunter Alpha then. Translate this. Red, green, red, red, green.
Here it comes.
Red, green. Now what are you up to?
Box, bucket. Box, box, bucket.
Huh? How are you speaking in unison?
Because this is the cognitive command code I installed when I debugged my kid. Wake up, Betty. Turn off Witch Hunter Alpha right now.
And tell it's plagiarism how she copied all the arrows over too.
You can tell it's plagiarized because she copied all the errors over too.
Warning. Hostile behavior detected. Initiating self-defense mode.
I know you're just bluffing. Go, Witch Hunter Alpha. Get rid of this trickster witch.
The sharp frame of the tactile mech moves, holding high its heavy cannon.
Huh?
And targeting its own mechanic.
Betty, watch out!
Hostile targets locked. Commencing pursuit.
Targeting systems chases non-existent enemies. Chases non-existent enemies, and Witch Hunter Alpha plunges into the depths of the hollow.
Proxy, let's go after it!
Witch Hunter Alpha, stop!
It's lost control. After it!
Wait. I knew these outcroppings weren't just random debris. On this one was negative though. Jump and precision, both enemies and allies gain crit rate bonus.
It's just a simple mistake, a little hiccup.
That child is your heart and soul, right? Hurry up!
Oh, I can follow it.
That guided missile.
Has it stopped?
Probably not.
I've updated the target for the guidance module. You're just a machine. You dare defy me? This is your... What? It dodged it?
There's so much healing here.
Witch Hunter Alpha, enough now! Do as I say! Stop!
Did you take that Ethereal with you? What warning? There he comes.
Every effort counts!
Not sure if that hit well.
Grab a couple more.
Ready with this. Face the consequences.
Ready?
No! Why won't you
Don't lose your head. Just get after it.
Oh, that's bad.
Warning. Increase in engine output detected.
It went straight, we would be destroyed.
Very well then. You forced my hand. Now, set the explosives along its current trajectory.
Go down! It's still moving. Why? Why?
Let's finish it.
Warning. Fire control system and onboard weapons have been damaged. Entering attack mode.
The target's hull has been damaged. Ether activity is steadily increasing.
That's no good. We're not doing enough damage to stop it.
Oh gosh, how could this happen?
Betty, what now? Any contingency strategies?
You're asking me?
Of course I'm asking you. You're that child's mechanic. You know it inside and out. Think about how to solve this problem.
The logic core is already corrupted. I can't command it.
Pull yourself together. Now's not the time to be pessimistic.
Careful! That mech's attacks are growing in intensity.
Are there any software vulnerabilities we can exploit? Any hardware damage? Contingency protocols? Module defects? Think! Quick!
Run.
What's that?
Run! Just run! I admit it. I plagiarized your data framework. I just built a simulation layer over the top of the base structure. I don't know how to deal with this situation. Let's run. Our weapons aren't enough to deal with it, and it will only get more dangerous as it corrupts.
So, what about your mission, then? What about the 3 Gates reps?
I'll explain things to them and let this crazy piece of metal fend for itself. And we can still call up the HIA to come take care of it.
What kind of joke is that?
Ah!
I've never heard Grace roar like that. So scary.
Why can't we run away? Anyone with common sense would do the same. We're facing an experimental weapon that's out of control, and our only control tool is broken. That's it. Let's leave things up to public security or the HIA. It's totally reasonable. I know what you're thinking. You just won't give up on that mech. You want to save it like it's a person, but this obsession with machinery is fanaticism. Why are you making me stay with you?
Enough with all your nonsense. Leaving problems behind for someone else to handle. You're just shirking your obligations. You're that child's mechanic. It's your responsibility to deal with it. Run away? Have you thought about how many other people would be risking their lives because you neglected your duty?
Betty's shrewd expression gradually collapses beneath the anger of Grace's rebuke. It takes her a few seconds to squeeze out a stifled cry in answer.
I don't know what to do.
Hand over the control panel.
Huh? What are you gonna do?
Take back control.
Take back control of the logic core while it's being corrupted by ether? How?
You said that you only built an emulated control layer, right? If the central control system and mech command are carried through the emulated control layer instead of direct authorization from the logic core, then there's still a chance.
But that'll be almost impossible unless some magic happens.
Frosty Cold Iron Witch.
Huh?
Isn't that the name you've been mocking me with? If you need some magic, don't you need a witch on your side?
Let's act some magic.
Max potential energy. Ready? Every effort counts! Here we go! Understood. Max potential energy. Yeah. Ready?
Here we are again. Oh, walking against the red laser hurts the enemies as well. Or may have even been the only way of hurting them.
Commence demolition!
With pleasure.
Max potential energy. The perfect spot. Sweep it up and... Yep. Its main control system's damaged. Now's the time. Betty, give me the control panel.
What? Here.
Cut autonomous order percentage. Switch permissions to G44. Ceasefire control radar module. Change power distribution to manual. Restart energy pump. Too slow.
Its logic core is out of control. We won't make it.
Is the soft reboot button in the middle of its frame?
Yeah. Wait, you want to try a manual reboot? Are you out of your mind?
Isolate and disable weapons.
It's done. Huh?
Right here.
And then we never saw Grace again.
What? What a good kid. Welcome back.
Good thing shoes are something you can take off. Also, a bit late to ask if she's a madman. I think we have very much established that throughout this whole story. After a short while, PopSec forces work together with weapon experts from Defense Force and dispose of Witch Hunter Alpha.
Yikes! I never expected those PubSec agents to come so fast. I didn't get a chance to appreciate that kid's insulation coat as much as I would have liked. What a texture, despite all the battle damage.
You worked some real magic. You really are a witch.
Looks like Grace isn't a machine maniac with the screw loose. Her wealth of professional expertise just shows in unconventional ways.
No, she still has a screw loose. That is not mutually exclusive.
Hey, that was rude. Do you think it's easy being a corporate technician like me? Especially considering how young I am. As an apology, I'll let you give me this cute little thing to pet. I mean, research for a few days.
We'll never hand Dios over to you.
As everyone calms down, 3 Gates Corps reps pass by with a crestfallen-looking young girl.
Betty. Betty Brenda!
If you want to laugh at me, be my guest. I've got nothing to say.
Great job constructing that emulated control layer.
Huh?
The voice print conversion command was so good I almost got fooled. Even though the incomplete data framework caused lots of operational errors and low efficiency, there's still lots of room for improvement. If you're interested in personality OS research, I can give you some sample data from our prototype. Of course, you'll have to wait until your suspension is over and you've regained your mechanics license.
I lost. Completely, thoroughly. Good luck with your technical collaboration, Grace Howard.
The young mechanic follows the marching units out of the hollow once more, and for just a second, her back seems to be just a little bit straighter.
What a gentle witch.
Proxy, have you heard of horsepower as a unit of measurement? It indicates how many horses would be required for an equivalent output of force. Industrial machinery usually has a horsepower of several hundred or several thousand. Don't you think this is a real boon for horses? Because these machines end up saving hundreds of them from the pain of manual labor. People are just the same. An industrial machine can save dozens of engineer teams from hollow-related danger, and a tactical mech can save several combat squads from having to face Ethereals. And me? Actually, I can't say that I simply love machinery. All I'm infatuated with is the prospect of saving humans from getting ruined inside the hollows, and sparing their families all the suffering and grief. I may have destroyed many times the machines that my peers, indirectly or otherwise, have. So that's really why I'm a witch, you know? Even if it makes me cry out in sorrow, I still have to send these kids out there to face fatal threats. But if there were more witches like me in New Eridu's future, just a few more people willing to care for these machines and shed tears for their sacrifices, well, maybe these kids would be more willing to forgive us for what we expect of them.
Grace takes the heavy machine base back with her for checkup and repairs. Now we finally wrapped up Grace's commission, I should take EOS back to the shop and take a break. What are your last words, Wise? Commission is completed successfully. You've done great, Belle. You too. You don't often get to see such a cool side of Grace. Turns out Frosty Cold Iron Witch isn't a degrading nickname, but an honorable title. Also, no one gets injured in the end. That's a relief. Indeed. Well, I'm curious about what you think. Should tools just be tools? Can we get attached to them? If we are nice to them, so that it will be easier for us to give up on them later, does that make us kind or heartless? It's difficult, isn't it? Betty definitely had some really good points at the beginning. And Grace definitely goes too far, but I don't know either. It's indeed difficult to pick a side. After all, people must have something they firmly believe in behind their choices. Anyway, this commission has finally come to an end smoothly. Let's get some rest and get back to our routine. That finishes the Iron Witch. And this video. Next time on Zenless Zone Zero, potentially more video archive. There's more stories yet to see. See you then.